This seems to happen every time we come to this community lot. Somebody gets in the dumpster to dive for thrills. Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Heathwyn and we are back today to play some more of our Whimsy Stories Legacy Challenge with our founder, Grove. This is a Legacy Challenge written by Caterade, and you will find the rules to that challenge linked down below if you are curious. But for this first generation of the Whimsy Stories, we're basically starting and building from nothing. And Grove started on this lot with nothing but a tent and a bush, and has now managed to build herself a little bit of a home. She does have to live in a tiny home until, well, for her whole life. It has to be a micro home until she becomes an adult. And she met pretty early on another sim that she really hit it off with, Alex Adkin. And Alex has moved in with Grove, and in our last episode, they actually got engaged. So if we come into game, this is now the little home that Grove and Alex have established for themselves. They're starting to have a little bit of money, starting to do all right. It's early Friday morning. Grove is awake and kind of getting herself ready for her day. Grove is a master maker, and for her aspiration, we still need to reach level 5 of the fabrication skill and fabricate 5 items. She's also a freelance crafter, which is how she has been earning her money. So she has been fabricating rugs mostly, but also some candles for her gigs. She needs to max the fabrication, the handiness, and the wellness skill, which we don't have yet. So those things have been being worked on, and she is starting to grow and cultivate a garden because she is really interested in kind of having like a sustainable lifestyle. And that's really important to Grove as she is a freegan, as well as loves the outdoors and is a maker. Now, Alex, who is her fiance, wants to be a master chef, and he is in the culinary career. And the idea of having his own garden and kind of doing like a farm to table sort of thing really appeals to Alex and his sensibilities as well. So they really are well matched for each other in that regard. He does have to work this evening. Grove needs to get a new gig and also do some tending of her garden. One of the things that they have been doing is they've been traveling to community lots quite often in order to make the things that they need to make. It's really hard when you have to keep your home to 32 tiles to have the fabrication machine. Oh dear, Grove is hysterical again. Oh, okay, go calm yourself down. We do not need you dying. That would be really catastrophic. But they've really been getting by a lot with things that they've collected out of dumpsters and things that Grove has been able to make and use to furnish the home. And that's really been how they've been getting by and how they've been able to start with nothing. They do have a little bit of money. They have like 2,000 simoleons, which is pretty impressive given the fact that, you know, Grove is just earning money on the side as a crafter, and Alex, you know, is still pretty early on in his career as well. And it's early on Friday morning, and Grove is already over here diving in the dumpster for some deals to see what she can come up with. She's feeling very flirty as well. Oh, Grove found a bench. So Grove is definitely feeling really flirty, and they were here by this dumpster, and so she and Alex are jumping in the dumpster to dive for some thrills. This to start their Friday off on the right foot, shall we say. And they had some very dirty flirty. I love how Alex is just watching Grove dive in the dumpster, looking for things. He's like, it's like he's here for encouragement, right? And maybe he's hoping for another like dive for thrills as well. Like maybe that's what he's here for too. Honestly, and Grove is finding a lot of things in the dumpster as she's diving. It's kind of like a bottomless dumpster today. Okay, we ran out of things to dive for in the dumpster. So we're going to take them over to the community lot so that Grove can make some candles. She does need to do that for her gig for work. And Alex just likes to come and hang out and be supportive of Grove and all of her making. He's not really a maker himself apart from just what he does with cooking. I mean, I guess that's kind of making, but not in the same way. But he really likes to support Grove and everything that she does. So even though it's not something that he gets really excited about, he's really here to just kind of support Grove and offer everything that he can for her. So Grove's gig is a candle in the wind, and she needs to make 3 cylindrical candles, and she's got 3 things of soy wax. So that's good because that's what she'll need for those candles. Feeling very energized from diving in the dumpster, as well as her dirty flirty from woohooing in a dumpster. And she found a bunch of this houndstooth dye, so I think we'll have her make houndstooth candles. It looks like Grove and Alex aren't the only ones who have found the dumpster a fun place to dive for some thrills. This seems to happen every time we come to this community lot. Somebody gets in the dumpster to dive for thrills. And apparently Grove has garnered some support in the form of Justin Bradford and Kathy Kim. They're over here cheering Grove on in her candle making endeavors. All right, Alex is heading off to work, feeling very playful from good conversations. He's still really excited about their engagement. Right, so Grove sent off her candles. She finished her gig and got 546 simoleons from that. But it's getting kind of late. She's going to head home. Grove is feeling pretty good. She's still beaming from her recent engagement with Alex. She is feeling great because she has done some making, and that really brings her a lot of joy to make her own items and to kind of create her own things. That really means a lot to her. So she's just feeling really happy and really inspired by all of the ways that she's been able to make and create. It's Saturday now, and Grove is just kind of out attending to the... Alex does have to work this evening, and they got engaged recently, and I think what they're gonna do today is they're gonna head over to Tartosa. Alex has to work this evening. Grove is going to kind of hold off on picking up a new gig for right now, and they're going to go over to Tartosa, and they're going to just go and get married at the Justice of the Peace and officially call themselves married. So they're here in Tartosa, and they're going to head over here and just do a really quick ceremony and get married to Alex. Just at the town hall. They don't have a ton of money. They don't want a big fancy ceremony that's not really them. So they're going to get married this way, which is completely okay for both of them. They're really happy. They don't really care. They really didn't need anything fancy, and they have gotten married. All right, so they are now officially married, and Grove is feeling very happy from being just married. The promise of a lifetime of companionship would make any sim happy. She is saying it really happened. I got married and it still doesn't feel real at all. Alex is also really happy, also still having that same feeling. They really are just happy to have gotten married and to be together. And it didn't matter to them that there wasn't like this big fancy ceremony. It really kind of suits them that it's just something small, just with the two of them. And since they just got married and Alex is after work tonight, they're coming over here to kind of relax in the hot tub. It gets them out of the rain and the cool weather. And what better way to celebrate their relationship and their marriage than a quick little woohoo in the hot tub? And they have developed the deeply in love sentiment. Some romantic moments leave a powerful impression, and Grove will never forget how she felt even deeper in love with Alex. And that all came from their wedding, from getting married, from this little bit of time that they're spending in Tartosa. Grove is taking a bit of a break from her making and dumpster diving. Alex does still need to go to work tonight, but they wanted to just kind of take this day and spend it together and celebrate each other. And look at how they're both feeling so flirty and blushing from from being in the hot tub together, from getting married, and just all of their feelings for each other. Grove and Alex have come over to the Finchwick Fair because Grove wants to sell her items that she has grown in her garden and use that to earn some money, as well as see if the Crumple Bottoms have any interesting seeds for her that she could plant and add to her garden. She's still really early in her gardening career, so she was able to sell everything that she had grown for about 700 simoleons, which wasn't a lot, but she's just kind of getting things started, so she feels really good about that. And it looks like it's too for 8,000 simoleons. Grove could buy a money fruit. We do not have 8,000 simoleons, so she's going to have to pass on that one. However, I think she is going to buy this catnip herb packet as something to plant and grow. Maybe they will end up with a cat at some point, and the catnip can be something that Grove grows for the cat. In fact, I think having a pet might not be a terrible idea. Like, they do have this tiny home and it's just the two of them. They do want children eventually, but they're not really in the place where it's going to make sense for them to have children just yet. So maybe Grove and Alex get a cat. So Grove can make a dining table and chair, and right now she just has a little table and chair that she found in the dumpster. And so I think she's going to fabricate a table. They've got that space outside, and I think she'll just do a natural wood table to begin with. But they have that space outside, which is kind of their eating space. So she is thinking that she would like to craft a table and some chairs so that they have something a little bit nicer to eat their dinner on. Alex is off to work, a little drunk from the drinks that he made while they were celebrating their wedding. He's really hoping to get a promotion, so he did decide to go to work today. And Grove really does understand because she knows that he's going to work. He's really trying to help them out. So she's okay with him heading off to work. And Grove has reached fabrication level 5 from working on this table. Grove can now craft the floor light on the fabricator and the rectangular candle on the candle making station. And I'm wondering if this has opened up some new possibilities for her with gigs for work. I got this like pergola thing to kind of put over their patio space, thinking that as the weather starts to get colder, it'll help keep the snow off. I'm not sure how I like it, so we'll see how this goes. But Alex just got home from work and he got promoted to line cook. So he is feeling really energized and excited about that. Oh my goodness. Grove is expecting. This is completely unexpected. So obviously Alex and Grove have been woo-wooing quite a bit because they are really in love. They recently got married and they haven't been using any protection really because they're married and they knew that they wanted children at some point. They didn't think they were quite ready to have kids just yet, but they weren't necessarily being particularly careful. And as it has turned out, Grove is expecting. It says, this pregnancy feels like a special and important time in Grove's life. She feels reasonably ready for it, a little scared, a little enthused, a little everything, to be honest. Some look at her like she should be happier, but Grove is just taking it in stride without any extreme emotion. So this has been completely unexpected. And I think that's probably why she's feeling a little bit unsure because they do not have a big house. Where are they going to put a child? Seriously, where are they going to put a child? So this is definitely something that they did not expect and were not really prepared for. And she hasn't said anything to Alex yet, because she's still feeling kind of unsure about all of it herself. Grove is really not sure if she should tell Alex about the baby yet. She's still feeling that bit of uncertainty, but they are pretty open with each other. So Grove is making the decision to tell Alex about the pregnancy. And she's really nervous about it. She's not sure how he's going to take it, but he's actually really excited. He's happy. We're having a child. What wonderful news. A child is on the way. Alex is overjoyed. His partner is rather happy with it, less excited than Alex, but still rather positive. We know that Alex would be happy to have children. He is family oriented, so he is going to be really excited about having a baby. And if he's concerned about the space and where they're going to put this child, it isn't really something that's crossing his mind. This is something that Grove is thinking about a lot more than Alex. And so that is what is making her a little bit hesitant about starting a family. So Grove, knowing that this child is on the way, knowing that they're going to need to support another life, Grove has decided to just really like double down and work on her fabricating as much as she possibly can while she's expecting, because she's not sure how it'll go once the baby arrives. She's going to have to give the baby a lot of care. And with Alex being in the culinary career, he's gone and in the evenings quite often. So a lot of that's going to fall on Grove. So she's trying to do as much as she can right now to earn as much as possible to help support her family. And Grove has really worked hard, and she finished up all of this, and she was able to get a nice paycheck for that gig. And Alex is home from work, so she is going to head home now. From she's feeling really tired because she's pregnant and still in her first trimester, so she's still like really feeling the effects of that pregnancy. She just worked really hard to get this gig done and is feeling really tired. So she's feeling really glad to come home and to see Alex and to talk with him and just connect with him. And she's also feeling very confident from all of the work that she's been doing. I think she's starting to feel a little bit better about having this baby. She's still a little uneasy because she still doesn't know where she's going to put it, but she's starting to feel a little bit more positive. And I think with this, we're going to end this episode here for today. The pregnancy was really unexpected. I had zero intention of Grove and Alex having a child before we could make the house bigger. I was like, I don't want to try to cram a kid into 32 tiles, but it looks like I'm cramming a kid into 32 tiles. So that will be a fun and interesting challenge. Quite unexpected. I do have the pregnancy overhaul mod in my game, which introduces risky woohoo. So anytime your Sims woohoo, if they don't use protection, there is a chance of them getting pregnant. Obviously, she and Alex woohooed quite a bit, and the result is a surprise pregnancy. Not an unwanted pregnancy, but a surprise pregnancy. So here we go. Generation 2 is on the way, much to my surprise. Thank you all for watching. If you liked this video, please do like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.